Good morning and welcome back to the channel. This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, make your own decisions. Okay, I just want to give a couple updates. I did say that I was going to be waiting to see what the S&P 500 was going to do this week. We were slightly staying above bear market territory as a technical definition, 20%. We did break below last week, then we bounced back up. We are still above that area now, and the reason that I wanted to wait for that was because if I saw the S&P going below bear market territory and holding below bear market territory, then I could see how Bitcoin and crypto could be negatively affected by that. So that's what I'm watching right now. Now, traditionally, I got paid yesterday. So let's just say on a normal 2-week period, let's just say $1,000. I would spread the $1,000 out over 3 or 4 purchases, as long as the market was red and market conditions dictated that that was the move to do. But now, until something happens, either it looks like we're going back, the S&P 500 is going back up, or it's going to break below. I'm going to wait to see what happens with that before I go back to my normal DCA schedule. And so I will probably cut it from, let's just say if it was $1,000 every 2 weeks, I'll probably cut that down to 400 and take the other part of that and move that into a cash position in the event that there is a big wick down through one of numerous different things happening. Because that we're at so many long-term, like years-long support and resistance line, we're at very, very key levels on numerous different things. And because of that, and because of everything else that's happening all around the world, because there's so many different catalysts that could be thrown at us on a daily basis, I do want to take 60% of my normal DCA and move that into a cash position in the event that something like that happens. But regardless of what happens, here's the thing, regardless of what happens, for me personally, I'm not speaking for you. You should make your own decisions, do what you are most confident in, even if that's not even being in crypto, okay? Whatever that is. I'm going to take 40% of what I would normally put in, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put the other 60% into cash for a cash position in case something happens until there is more clarity on what's going on with the stock market and whether or not the S&P is going to hold above bear market territory. So that's going to be my approach. You can do whatever you feel like is best for you. Again, I'm just doing this for transparency, not to encourage you to do the same thing that I am doing. So that's my take on that. And okay, back to from yesterday. Regardless of what the Fed does, regardless of what they do, I don't care. Either way, I mean, it doesn't matter to me what they do, because I'm not changing where I'm at. That's it. The only thing that would cause me to change where I have resources allocated is if I genuinely believed that Bitcoin crypto blockchain was not the new system and that they were going to just scrap everything, and that was that. Now, I have little to no evidence to support that position. I have overwhelming evidence to support the opposite. I mean, they were talking in Davos about rolling out CBDCs and everything. So this is moving forward, guys. And we just saw, what was it, Nigeria? Nigeria doing something, I forgot exactly what it said. I don't want to, misrepresent what's happening with Algorand, but it's just continuing on. Day after day, week by week, there's just more and more and more examples of new corporations, new financial institutions, new governments adopting the new technology. So it's moving forward. So as long as implementation continues, then my money will continue to be where it is. You don't have to follow that same. Now, and I understand what comes along with that. I understand the volatility. I understand that there's going to be mass fear campaigns and propaganda and everything else. That was baked into the cake for me. I knew that I was going to be holding my crypto through an economic collapse. I knew that there was no other way around it. As soon as I got in, if you go back to the very first video that I posted on YouTube, one of the first things that I say is, I think the global economic system or financial system is going to collapse, and that this is going to be the new thing. And so I'm going ahead and moving. That was the very first video that I ever did. I forget exactly the way that I worded it, but being in crypto through an economic collapse was always baked into the cake for me. Now, I don't think it was for some people. Okay, that's a big thing. And that's not, saying that they were right or wrong or whatever. I'm just saying that I don't think that some people thought through that situation playing out. And so they have to look at it and they have to make the decisions that are best for them. But for me, this was always a part of the picture. And so I'm not surprised. I'm not worried. I was 100% expecting this to happen. I didn't think that there was any other logical, any other possibility that this wouldn't happen. You can't introduce a new system like this while you're constantly implementing policies that destroy the old system, and you're not going to ban the new system. You're just going to let it continue to grow. And at this point, they're openly advertising for it and, endorsing it on TV. Now, there's a lot of mixed messaging. I agree. But we're seeing a slow, actually kind of a rapid normalization process. So I have nowhere to go, but make your own decisions, do your own research. And, again, guys, I'm looking at this very simplistically. Old system, new system. I'm moving my money to the new system. I'm waiting for the old system to collapse. That's it. However long that takes, I got nothing but time. Okay, I have used disposable income. I'm good to go outside of this. I'm not over leveraged. I got nowhere to be. And I can wait them out. Because if you're looking at the current status of everything, the economy, inflation, the financial system, geopolitical issues that are happening right now, all of these different things, food shortages, energy shortages, this, we're on a collision course. And I got nothing but time. So I can wait them out. And that's what I plan on doing. Now, I have no idea when the market's going to turn around. I don't see the exact thing that's going to turn the market around. And, I can see the market turning around with, to some degree, a reversal of policy. It doesn't need to be them dropping interest rates. Maybe they just decide that they're only going to go 25 basis points. Maybe they decide that they're going to start rolling out stimulus checks. I don't know. Maybe it's something else. I have no idea. But I don't care. That's the big thing, is because those are just, me trying to speculate on what's going to happen over the next month or two. And that might just slightly affect my DCA. Big picture, my investment thesis is this is the new system. I'm moving to the new system, period. And until there's adequate evidence that this is not the new system and that they're going to stop implementing it, then I'm not going to change my mind. And that's as black and white as it is. I'm simplifying everything down. I don't need to understand. I can speculate on what the Fed's going to do like I did yesterday. I can speculate on other things, but at the end of the day, as long as this remains the new system, I'm not changing my position. So that's that. They're either going to move us to the new system or, we're going into, there's a lot bigger problems. Okay. If they're not going to continue to roll out, if they don't have a backup plan, and it looks like they do, and they're openly telling you this is the new system. Again, guys, it's not like they're hiding it. They're telling you this is the new system. But there's so much outside of the instances where they're essentially telling you this is the new system, where the Fed is openly discussing transitioning to the ISO protocol. Now, to the average everyday person, that goes right over their head. To the people who have done their research and that understand what that means and who are watching it play out in the real world, entirely different point of view for that person, right? So they're openly telling you what they're doing, but at the same time, there's tons of mixed messaging. There's tons of propaganda. They're suppressing the price, right? And see, that causes people to discount everything else. The price action causes people to discount the massive amount of examples of corporations implementing this technology, of governments implementing this technology, and it just causes them to just forget about all that and just hyper focus on the price. Meanwhile, that's not the most important thing to me, because I fully believe that if implementation continues, ultimately price is going to follow at some point in time. Knowing when that point in time is doesn't really matter to me. So that's that. That's all I have, guys. That's my thoughts. I'm going to cut back until there's some clarity on what's going to happen with the stock market. Are we going with the S&P? Is it going to stay above bear market territory, or is it going to break below? Until there is more clarity on that, I'm going to pivot in that way. Going to take 60%, move it into a cash position, 40% continue to DCA. And that's my approach. You can do whatever you want to do. You can completely be out of the market. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just doing this for full transparency. Okay, that's all I have for this video. Thank you everyone who has liked, share, and subscribed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Take care. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video.